Marianne, welcome back. I'm curious to see what the interior designer is going to bring us. I hope you too. It's a good relationship status. So she has a good relationship with Isabella, with Hannah, and the others are okay really. Let's see if we can bump that up. I don't know if you do need if you do need a recap of anything, but if you want to, just let me know and I will answer it in the comments below. But let's have a look at our dear Marianne, shall we? What can we learn about her? I can give you a quick recap. So we know in Isabella's story about her family, what happened. We know that she sold a mansion, that a colleague had died as well. Then with Hannah, she's pregnant with twins, and we know that her husband cheated on her. Not a good thing, but I decided to forgive her. Still not sure if they make the right decision or not, but I could feel there's still love there and trust as well, and they make such a strong couple. And that Zachary's, yeah, Zachary also got the haunted person behind him. We learned the sad truth about what happened to his parents, and so far everyone lives. Hannah is not crazy, but unfortunately her godchild might be cursed now. I feel sad for that. Let's see, Tom. Marianne. Marianne McCulloch, what are you bringing us, girlie? So your birthday is on July 14th. She's Cancer, and then 30 years old. Her height is 5'11", 1 meter 80. Oh, that's quite tall for a girl. Occupation, interior designer, former architect, so use B1. Nationality, Irish. Religion, Roman Catholic. Education-wise, Bachelor of Arts in Architecture. She likes chocolate. Cats, of course, Peruthiel, we have all met him. Classical arts, country music, karaoke, board games. Ooh, what kind of board games? Video games, my girl, anime, and other obscure pop culture items and yoga. Ooh, I feel like I'm friends with her. Let's see. Oh, it's just about the first sentence, just so sad. She was left in a dumpster as a baby. She was found by a butler and spent most of her childhood roaming the countryside in a beat-up van. Her father taught her how to read, how to write, and pray. So, an unconventional life, it was all she knew. Child welfare and protection eventually caught on and required she have a proper education. She was provided a scholarship at St. Sampson School for young ladies and was bullied for being a charity kid. Marianne only had one friend and was mostly focused on her studies, intent on graduating and returning to her father. A shame that he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's soon after. Her work as an architect in Ireland lasted until the Irish economic crisis. She moved to England and after some time Luxbourne in search of better career opportunities. Found in a dumpster as a baby. Who would leave their newborn baby in a dumpster? Why not give up for adoption if they are not ready to be parents, really? Oh, she had such a tough life. Hey, look! Isn't that a cat? I'm sorry, I'm jumping from one to the other, but I want to focus on something happy and the cat makes me happy. Because it's just so sad. Alright, girl, let's see. What did it bring us? Ooh, I like this one. Who's that? Is that a dad, you think, in the picture frame? I'm like observing everything I can read now. Quantum. What's that? Oh, I cannot read it properly. If you can let me know what it says. But alright, let's go. So apparently it's now 7:15 p.m. The numbers are so little on the top of my screen, and they glare at me with such intensity that I can just hear the accusations. I'm late for a night of the girls. Yes, but I have a perfectly good excuse. Considering I didn't follow typical office hours, they really can expect me to be able to just go as I please at 5:30 on the dot. The client is, first and foremost, my priority. I have to sit tight on my personal assistant Chris. Tells me we have a big one coming up and I shouldn't miss this one. He knows a lot more than who's a who and the what's what when it comes to these socialites, and I trust that judgment call really. I really don't have time for rich people, for their drama and their politics. These sort who were born with silver spoons in their mouths and were used to wagging their silver tongue about. I let him handle the negotiations with them for the most part. Why else would I have hired him? But he told me I'd receive a message about it an hour ago.
Now, if only he has the full shilling when it comes to the time.
Come on, I have a social life too, you know. Well, to an extent, really. Well, sort of. Oh, pressing my head against the table. I try to stave off an oncoming headache when a notification for a new email pops up. All I'm expecting is a, hey, this looks like a good project I found. Go send him a design. Or something like that, really. That's how it often goes. Even with these rich, jammy clients who's heard of me from their equally rich, jammy friends, I can expect them to hire me right off the bat. Which is all well and good and reasonable, really. We figure out what they want, send them my portfolio, my drafts for their projects, my rates, and hope for the best. Just a big client, Marianne. I'll babysit Barufio for you. Just take this one project. I promise this person's huge in Luxbourne. Mr. Barker, this is a formal request to secure the service of Marianne McCulloch, hereinafter called the designer, as authorized by Hello Right, hereinafter called client, for interior design work at Ermengarde Mansion, Luxbourne LX18 ORF, United Kingdom. The client hopes to have the designer there on the 21st of October, Friday for the time pending. When I open the email and see that I've been requested by the client specifically, well, I certainly didn't expect that. And it's pretty straightforward too. Anyone else will probably be excited. They'll be working with G. Hella Right. She's just one of those rich socialites that everybody loves to talk about. No matter how hard I try to tune such nonsense out, it would have been enough for me to reply an affirmative to Chris and leave. But he has never pleaded for me to take a project before. We've worked with big personalities in the past, celebrities, bankers, and even a few politicians. My PA had been indifferent about those. So the question bounced about my scope before I spied one of the email attachments. A newspaper clipping from the Luxbourne Daily Business News section. Based on headline, Right Enterprise donates £2.5 million to refugee. That's a lot, very generous. It certainly caused quite a stir back then. Apparently they had invited businessmen and socialites everywhere in the guise of it being some big business announcement. I have a feeling she's
£2.5 million and an expensive looking party to boot. These people sure know how to throw their money around.
I am curious what the article's going to say because I'm feeling she's not going to mention the whole article. So let's have a read, shall we? You can skip it if you want to, but so alright, so at the grand opening of a new Wright Hotel last Wednesday, a local billionaire couple, Luke and Helen Wright, announced a donation of £2.5 million to help Luxbourne refugees keep their services open. Unexpected but certainly welcome, this follows only a month after the couple's previous donation of the same amount to Save the Children UK. One of the largest donations, this amount will help keep the safe house in Luxbourne open for several years, With this money, refugee can keep helping women, children, and victims of domestic violence. There are rumors as well of the charity talking with the couple and looking into building a local center equivalent to their Gaia and Athena locations. These rumors have come to us due to one of the enterprise's employees mentioning a project EOS. Well, the rights are very generous, and I think especially Hannah really wants to do some good in the world and want to help others. Now, there's more to the rights to seem. Yeah, you should not be callous. None of us should be so callous. They're going to do a lot of good and help a community of people with all those bounds. I agree. I of all people shouldn't criticize such acts whether they were for show or not. At the very least, I know they'll be able to pay my rates. With the headline out of the way, however, I found myself studying the picture that came along with the clipping. Because, wow, here I am, expecting a sour old woman in a blazer and a skirt. But the woman that was placed on the front page looked like she belonged on the front page of the entertainment section, or even, if I am to be gross, at the pin-up for Glamour. Okay, I'll be real here. A man's magazine. She sure knows how to rock that dress. Wait, her hair, her eyes, her lips. She can't be her. And at the same time, she is her. Only several years older. She looks just like... Oh, come on, Mac. The world is full of pretty blondes. Has she met Hannah before? It's just a coincidence. With a shake of my head, I step out of it and reach out for my phone when it buzzes, nearly falling off my chair in the process. Who else would be on the other line but the very people waiting for me?
Oh, piss. I'm so sorry, Cam. I'm on my way.
That's what I say. Yet I still don't move in my chair. Face flushed and heart racing. I can only stand till I can feel myself to reply that yes, I'm accepting the assignment. And it takes even more time for me to just close the image, shut down my computer, and leave. Even then, it has already burned into this image in my head. No matter how much I wish it would just disappear, it makes me eager to for the alcohol in the company. It makes me eager for anything that can help me forget. What happened? It's a good thing the nearest pub is just a hop, skip, and a jump from here. The Galway Shoal, as it is called by those who frequented the place, is the only decent Irish pub in this county. You can pretty much tell that someone is new if they call it by its official name, the Growl Bar. A home away from home ever since I've moved to Luxbourne. Well, that is when I'm not cooped up in my condo work anyway. It has good alcohol, good company, and thank God in St. Cecilia, good music. Crowd favorites like the Birdie Noise, the Highway Man, and Second Fusion Orchestra are often played. Not to mention the singing. I love singing. Anyone could just break out in a drinking song, and that wasn't a bop, but just wonderful that they started singing along. I really like that atmosphere. That's just it. And being so intoxicated is the best of ways to go about it. And hey, it's a win-win. As long as I don't puke in the middle of the chorus, and as long as I can get home in one piece at the end of the day. And tonight is karaoke night. What better time than to try and sing all my worries away? Sorry, I cannot sing. That's what my intoxicated brain tells me.
The ghost of guilt and sorrow remembers who I am, and in the prison of my heart, I was my only slave.
But drinking only reminds me of my home. And not of home makes me think of her.
But in the depths my cold soul. I'll leave the burden and despair.
It makes me nauseous. It sickens me at the smallest reminder of her. Can cause me such grief.
I'll fight for what's worth fighting for. Forget the fear, forget the rest.
Of course, that might just be the booze. Any other day I would have scolded myself for drinking so much.
I lied to the Lord, I lied to myself, I lied to you and everyone I care, until there were no more lies to tell.
But I already have a client, and we'll be having our first little meet and greet in a few days.
Cowardice is easier than being brave, but at last I found the strength I lost to sing my love letter to you. 'Cause people can lie, but my lone heart beats true.
She sounds sad when she sings. I want to at least enjoy this night, get over the hangover tomorrow, and return to being a prim and proper professional after.
That song was for Cam, our lucky bride-to-be. So give her a hand, Galway shawl.
Cause I'm gonna say them in. One can accuse my smart grin as cheers and applause right among the pop patrons. Because, possibly off key pop picking aside, I feel like I'm on top of the world right now. And that's a good reason as I need to bow down in front of these strangers. With good drinks and good friends, there's nowhere else I'd rather be tonight. And I forget for a short while.
And that song was brought to you by Marianne McCullough, everyone. A round of applause.
That was so good. You rock, Marianne. Oh, please stop. You're just saying that.
You know neither of us can hold a tune, Marianne. A toast to our shameless drunk singer. May your drinks forever flow and your notes be ever lovely.
If anyone deserves a toast tonight, that's Cam. Finally sealed the deal after 3 years, eh? Read 'em and wait, bitches.
Kamala's diamond engagement ring gleams as she holds it up for all the world to see. She has reasons to be proud. 3 years of living together, and her boyfriend finally asked her the big question. Obviously, she said yes.
Don't get too attached to that ring or the one after, sweetie. I was wearing a wedding ring not so long ago, and look at where I am. But enough of me being a downer. Cheers to a happy engagement!
Of course, if something like Haruna divorce were to happen, I'd be there for Cam. Just as Cam, I had been there for me, acting more than just my yoga instructor. I can't be happier for my friend right now.
Cheers! Cheers!
She is so drunk. Well, we both will be there for Cam, won't we? Haruna and I? No? Haruna, it's been a wee about year for her ever since her divorce. She's such a nice person, even lending me money to open a studio. And she didn't deserve what her husband had pulled, really. I'm happy she's smiling again and picking out like she used to. I think we've all missed our Japanese firecracker. We met in yoga class, something I joined to keep myself in shape and, well, honestly, so I could make friends when I had moved to Luxbourne. Clearly, it worked like a charm. And it definitely didn't have anything to do with the fact that I brought along my lucky D20 die with me on that first day. No, sir. I love these girls so much.
What about you, Marianne? You're 30 years old and you still haven't got yourself a man. And you guys know I have a very busy schedule. I don't have time for that.
Oh, come on. That's a lame excuse and you know it. You need a man who'll take care of you and you need it now. Maybe some hunk who'll be your house hubby while you rake in the dough.
Or she needs a woman.
I'm quite capable of taking care of myself. Who needs a Mr. Right? Hey, look at me. I'm Marianne McCullough, a lawful neutral cleric with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in charisma, but I can't get myself a date.
I mentioned druids and demons once. Once! They didn't even know the rules or understand what the numbers mean. And I certainly am not some sort of holy person. I am a far cry from a miracle worker. And I barely have the willpower to fight off demons. Especially my own.
Actually, maybe she isn't looking for a Mr. Right, but a Mrs. Right.
Who knows?
Oh, my Marianne, we still love you even if you're in the closet.
That would explain some things. How do you know you don't have a ring anymore? Maybe you two can be together and I don't have to worry about my best girls being alone.
What are you on about? There's nothing to explain.
But the more I deny, the louder they tease until the other people in the pub start to watch. It doesn't help at all whenever her drapes her arms over my shoulders and leans in.
Will I be all yours then? Will you be making me feel like a woman?
Alright, I know they are just kidding around, but this doesn't make me comfortable in the slightest. So when Command noticed my signs and Aruna sees the expression on my face, they stop. Well, friends tease start, and they do know when to stop. And when the awkward air settles over us, the rest of the pub goes back to whatever they were doing before the whole thing ever happened. They probably won't even remember it when they wake up with massive hangovers anyway. Well, fingers crossed, shall we?
Sorry.
Me too.
Hey, no hard feelings, right?
I raise my glass. They smile. We drink. There's no need to say more. We're all definitely far too drunk tonight. Eventually, the fun times end. It's a weekday after all. With Aruna being a nurse, she still has to get ready for her next shift. Cam also has a loving fiance waiting for her at home, and really didn't have to make a fuss about having left some bottles in the oven when she took off early. Really, I understand. Go have some hobby time. I was the one who insisted, who was determined to get pissed drunk anyway. I'm moving the bar, I sit, alone at last, alone with a stranger. Mr. Wright, what are you doing here? I haven't seen him here before. Obviously I'm a regular. He hasn't said a word and just sits there, savouring his drink. With his whiskey served neat on one hand and lighter in the other. It doesn't seem like he's noticed me yet. And maybe I should go before he does look my way. Because he was pretty and he was blonde. And those two things plus alcohol never did me any good. I thought too late. Judging by the way he splashes his face and the dazed look in his eyes, he's as pissed drunk as I am. But whereas I feel like keeling over, he looks like he's still ready to take the catwalk by storm. Really? He just has to have one of those men who think they own the world.
Hello there, sexy. Please don't stand up on my account. I already like what I see.
They want that.
Fancy a drink? It'll be on me.
But then again, I might be pleasantly surprised if he proves me wrong.
Want some between the sheets? Sex on the beach? I'm talking cocktails, of course.
Are you? Fat chance. But it doesn't matter. We both know how to play this game. And there are two different ways for the night to end. One thing or another is going to happen. The question is, what do I want?
Oh no, that's fine. I'd rather order some blue balls or some AMF if you don't mind.
He looks like he's about to say some witty retort, but stops himself and downs the rest of his whiskey. I order mint julep. He gets another whiskey. and we start to customary small talk. Of course, the saying, ask me no questions and I'll tell you no lies, goes without saying. We ask something about each other, offering up falsehoods to establish a strenuous, vague connection between two strangers to the pub if only to pass the time. Whiskey, as I have come to call him, is supposedly 21 years old, single, takes care of a sick mother as a manager of some sort. Manager of what? I don't care to listen to the details. Meanwhile, Min, as he has come to call me, is 29 and I'm... Where did I say I was again? Oh yeah. I told him I was a professional chocolate taster. Because, fuck it, if I'm going to lie about my job is, might as well make it fun. It's a pretty decent chat between two pretty drunk strangers. And maybe it's just me, but we might as fucking well spend the tiniest amount of effort in pretending there's something meaningful in this meeting. Would have been icy if it was just left at that. But during a long conversation, he brings it up. Like, schatty, welcome terug.
You know, I've never been with a woman taller than me.
Oi. And I think it might have been different from the rest.
Never have and never will, Whiskey.
Bye-bye.
Can we go back to the history of chocolates? Did you know that chocolate candy was introduced in 19th century England as a healthier alternative to alcohol?
It was. St. Lucy was the most beautiful woman of her time. She had men come from the four corners of the world just to see the pure light of her exquisite green eyes. If she were so lucky anyway.
No, enough of the history lesson.
But she loves history, dude.
Come on, Mint. You know and I know what you came here for.
Though not every suitor was gallant, and she was no fool. She had known that sooner or later she wouldn't be able to defend her chastity.
Come on. There must be something that gets you going.
Dude, you're married. So she had taken out a knife and gouged out her own eyes. She did what now?
There is something, but I don't think you can handle it.
Impressed with her devotion, God restored her eyes and made them more beautiful than ever before. He has a peculiar sense of humor, hasn't he? Because it only meant suitors kept going after Lucy, and she kept her eyes on the callus to scare them away.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I can handle whatever it is.
Saint Lucy, help me. Help me turn away from sin. Help me with my own blindness.
My place isn't too far from here. I won't take care of you if it ends up being too much for you. And no one will be able to hear you if you try to scream. You
Yeah,
sure
like-
you want to go down that road, pretty boy?
Wouldn't have it any other way.
What? Was my feeling right that something happened between these two as well? The best thing about having a condo so close to the pub is the ease of access. As long as I can still stand and walk, I can make it home. Maybe I'd need help from a kind neighbor or two to help me with the last leg if I've really gone overboard on alcohol. But I always made it home. Sometimes with company. Of course, that's always comes with complications, especially the real clinging ones. But it isn't anything a good tip about stalkers to building security can fix. I'm always nervous though, even if this isn't the first time I've done this. And the first few minutes when we enter my room are the first few agonizing minutes where I try not to panic. Okay, Mac. So far, so good. Don't ever smell your fear under all that liquid courage. He'll leave sooner or later, and I'll never have to see him again. just like every other man before him. I like to say to myself, the men I've brought to my place were more scared than I was. Yet there's no fear when I look into Whiskey's eyes, only delight. When he starts touching me, I even hesitate when I push him against the door. Roughness is to be expected, and as long as he sticks to the script, everything will go smoothly. We'll have a little tumble in the sheets, he'll leave, we'll forget about it. If somebody asked what I really wanted, I would have told him that I wanted a bed of roses, chocolates and music, maybe in an Irish castle. But all I really want is her, and it is never going to be a reality. That was my fault, of course, because I was afraid, because I was a coward. They would never hold a candle up to her. She was the light of my life, and I had let her go. I can't even be bothered at the thought of her. Just the single thought of her makes my resolve to see this affair through waver.
Wait.
What is it now?
Can we choose? Yes, what is it now? Choose! What's gonna be, Marianne? To sex or not to sex? I don't want to do it. He is married. This is so wrong. And she clearly wants to fill up a void. So I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry, pretty boy.
We're both drunk.
He also doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it.
And?
You agree with her, dude. Look, the love meter went up.
This is wrong. Don't you think it's a bit fucked up that we're about to have sex and we're just calling each other by the drinks that we had? How messed up are we?
Pretty messed up.
Doll, shut up with the ethics and morality talk. It is seriously putting me out of the mood.
If you want to leave now, Whiskey, I understand. I mean, with how smashed you are, it'd probably be best for you to sleep the night unless you want to be mugged. But I won't stop you. And this isn't going to happen.
Bloody hell.
Of course, he's annoyed at me for putting off our night of sexual conquest. But no means no. And beyond spewing a few profanities on his breath, he surprisingly simmers down soon enough. I was worried for a moment that he might try to force something. Instead, he makes a show of fixing his suit, smoothing down his hair before making himself comfortable on the nearest seat he could find.
What are you doing then? You have a guest in your home. Put the damn kettle on. Dandelion tea if you have it. But I suppose all you have are those shitty tea bags from the store.
If it isn't for the absurdity of this turn of events, I would have flipped him off for thinking I have no taste. But in the end, I just laugh. All I got are cans of Korean ginseng and lemon balm on. No dandelion. Without a second thought, I do wet the tea. That's 3 minutes to get a kettle to a boil. 3 minutes where we say nothing to each other. I mean, what to even say that the guy was going to sleep with until I changed my mind? I doubt he's in the mood to talk about the influences of Troyes and Mallory. It's still unusual by the time we're both seated on my bed, with mugs of tea in hand.
Just so you know, whatever is going on right now is a lot stranger and fucked up than the one night stand.
We are two messed up individuals by your logic.
Everything is messed up, if you ask me. War, terrorism, famine, poverty, loved ones and loved lost. Oh, this whole world is a cesspool.
Can be really hard, can't it? The dead air is selling when it fills the room once more. One would think that it's the perfect time to burst, to spill about whatever issue that made us the fucked up person we are today. And it is. But I guess some part of me would rather not put the weight of my problems on somebody else's shoulder. It wouldn't be fair to leave that to a person. And I don't even know if we'll ever see each other again. Oh, girl, you are definitely going to see her again. Sooner than later, we both passed out in my bed. Mark's left forgotten on the floor. I'm so glad that we had the option to choose. Oh my god. I am curious though. I want to know what I really think that we would have unlocked the image if we played it. Shall we replay it? Let's see. Let's have a quick replay, shall we? I'm ready to save. Alright, let's see. Let's see. I really think you were looking at image. Bad, Raven. Alright, let's give it a go.
Nothing. Never mind.
Disagrees. He disagrees. Alright. Happens. To hell with it. It doesn't matter. I'm just doing this for the exact same reason I brought the man home before and the one before that. I didn't care about any of them. They were all nothing. Less than nothing. We part for air and he all but rips my belt off without even bothering to take off his own jacket. We somehow make it safely into my bed and I don't even feel it as he pins me down. This isn't about pleasure, but look, we have an image. It's more... They're more new than I expected, so... This isn't about pleasure. This is about punishment. There's nothing gentle about the kiss between us. It's all tongue, teeth, and roaming hands. There's no passion, only a need. I don't know about him, but I'm not doing this to feel good. I'm not some nymphomaniac who gets sweat at the thought of bringing random strangers to my place for a lay. It's ridiculous how unprofessional facade I like to put up. I do these sort of things. If any of my clients can see the Marianne McCulloch now, all boozed up and having rough sex with some bloke from the bar, well, that's none of their fucking business, really. But still, everything after is a drunken blur. Not that there's much to remember in the first place. These one-night stands were always the same, empty, meaningless sex. Flesh coming together, smelling of booze and sweat.
Mother of God, pray for us sinners.
I'm too busy trying to remember her hands touching during it all. I'm trying to remember her lips that kissed me. But how can I remember something that never happened? And all is said and done, all you have to say is...
You were saying something while we were at it. What were you mumbling?
It was a prayer.
Like,
Oh God, fuck me?
I like it.
No, it was a real prayer. A prayer for forgiveness. Because as I lie down in my bed while he gets up to leave, I can feel my sins crawling on my back like spiders, filling me with their venom. I feel an itch that made me want to scratch my skin until it bleeds, while my heart pounds in my ears. I can't even register what Whiskey says when he whispers his goodbye.
Thanks for the good time, Marianne.
He knows her. Good? Alrighty then. He knows her. Do you think he knew? Well, anyway, now we know what happened. I want to go back and undo my choice because I don't like it one bit. We're going to go with keep it wrong and going to skip it all. But really. So yeah, we unlocked the image when choosing the other one. Now I'm back here, being good, being in his good books. So right, it has been undone. We did not sleep with him. We drank some tea instead. So right, let's continue. When awake, Whiskey is already gone. A bottle of painkillers and a note on the table are the only evidence that I wasn't alone last night. Thanks for the tea, Marianne. Whiskey. He knows her. Did she left her computer open or how? I even question where these are from or just how he knew my real name. I'm just grateful for someone to help with the hangover, really. Might as well. I have a job to do. That is another time. Yeah. It was smart, wasn't it? What do you thought of replaying the part of, yeah, you know. What do you thought about replaying the part that she gave into her urges? What are your thoughts of it? Because I really didn't want to, but damn it. Someone is clearly in her mind, and it's not Hannah, but maybe her friend that she like mentioned in the profile, you know? She had a friend, so maybe it might be her. Or is it Hannah? Let's find out another time. But let me know your 2 cents worth. Looking forward to hear it. See you next time.